The show's been really good this year. Lots of activity on stand, lots of interesting customers. They all want to know what we're talking about. Yeah, fantastic. I think the show this year's actually exceeded my expectations. You always wonder how many people are going to come out of the businesses, come to the show, but in terms of footfall, it's been great. Particularly today, it's incredibly busy on the DAF stand. The CV show is the real platform. If you want to talk about anything new, particularly anything innovative, it's the right environment to do it. People are coming to learn what they can do and how they need to adapt their businesses for the future. So this is a great environment to do that, and we can meet lots of customers and potential customers all within a few days, and we can try to help them, direct them in the next phase of their business. This year at the show we got loads of different things we're talking about. Of course, front and centre, everybody's talking about our electric CF, an innovation vehicle that's in real life fleet operation in trials in the Netherlands at the moment with a number of different operators. But there's lots of other things on the stand as well. An extensive display of all our various configurations. We're talking about services, we're talking about our new innovative Fleet Insights portal. Loads of stuff that customers are interested in from all points of their business.
For Ford to be at the CV show, for Ford of Britain, it is our most important event of the year. It's one where we genuinely meet real customers, we find out what's really going on, and actually we get ahead of what customer demands are changing and what they need. It's a great opportunity for us to showcase our latest technology to many, many customers. And for the first time ever, we've gone with a much bigger stand, 40% bigger at the Ford stand this year. And we actually have one of our brand new 2-ton Transits doing self-parking demonstrations. So that semi-autonomous technology coming into the commercial vehicle sector for the first time, and it allows us to showcase that. So CV show for Ford, absolute must.
First impressions are really great. It's a great show, I have to say. It's super busy. Last day has already been super busy. Today we expect even more customers to come, and there's a high spirit here, so everybody is really willing talking business. So we have a lot of business discussions and opportunities for the future. Now at the moment, from a TGE van perspective, we have 2 new vehicles on the stand. We have as you can see here, the flat frame chassis cowl, which we just introduced this year, and we have a new minibus solution on the stand, which we will do now for the following months as well. So these are our new 2 products from the van perspective. From a truck perspective, for sure, we also have our standard products here with the Red line and with the X line, which is our current products for the owner drivers. And we have the City as a, let's say, study vehicle, not for sale, but showing the future of MAN, how MAN sees electromobility, just to get an impression of that. All over, we have a very strong focus on getting solutions on the road. We have something in place already working with from a truck perspective. From a van perspective, we are looking into a solution as well and try to get that on the road also to the UK as soon as possible.
We're launching a new disc brake, our TS2, so it's a new caliper made by BPW. It's also on a new suspension, which is called our Eco Air. We're showing, as part of our We Think transport strategy, we have a Cargo Master strap lift system, so that helps ease and speed up the loading of vehicles by enabling proper and safe strapping. And we're showing our telematics, and we've brought and launched again our electronic brake performance monitoring, where a operator can remotely monitor the performance of his braking system to make sure that it's meeting the regulations. The CV show has always been, I guess, a bedrock of the UK shows, with many transport operators coming. Again, most of the trailer builders showing, so it's a good solid show for us, which always seems to be well populated by visitors.
Yesterday we had the launch of the EV30 yesterday, and the turnout from both the public and the media from yesterday was just superb. The stand was full, very full capacity, so it was very, very good. Benefits, I suppose, is brand awareness is key for us, to get the name back in the marketplace, that LDV is back. Also show the strength of ourselves as a distributor, and also SIAC as a manufacturer. This is our 4th year doing the CV show. Every year is getting more positive, and we're trying to show something new each year to show that there is a future with the brand. This is the EV80's little brother or little sister, the EV30. So we've been working with the factory for the last 18 months on the vehicle, focusing on the UK market especially. Two of the key things we needed to look at was to get the maximum range option on the vehicle. So we've got 2 battery pack options of the vehicle, 35 kilowatt, which gives us a range of 120 miles, and a 52.5 kilowatt battery, which gives us a range of 200 miles. So now it becomes a game changer in regards to that longer commute into London or into Birmingham or wherever the case is. The feedback from the customers, were speaking to them about, smaller van, what's the key specs you need in the vehicle. So slightly different from the domestic model, we've got dual rear barn doors on our vehicle. Yep. We've a dual seat passenger option for the passenger of the vehicle, and we've got a slightly bigger motor, an 85 kilowatt motor.
There's one last thing. I see the bell was rung yesterday. Is that correct?
Bell was rung a few times yesterday. The dealers were told we need to get the bell at least every 20 minutes, so there's no pressure on them. But yeah, it's a good show.
Got off to a very slow start this morning. About 10:30 it picked up massively, and what I would say has been quality, not quantity so far today. We get to see a large amount of customers in a short space of time. A lot of customers who are far flung from the north of Scotland and a lot from Ireland come here, where our sales guys and certainly the management team wouldn't get a chance to interface with them. It's been cautious. We got off to a cautious start, and it picked up as a political situation developed, but until someone finds a way of shoving a loaf of bread down a telephone wire, they're going to need trailers. We're trying to show off our engineering skills rather than just a standard thing, with an urban trailer with a rear steer, strapping system in it and a tail lift. Show people we don't just do for the big fleets, we can cater for everything. Hence the strap line there, have it your way.
Today, both the Peugeot Boxer and Citroën Relay electric vehicle, which we'll see towards the end of the year, and then over the next couple of years we see electrification across our LCVs within the range. So I think that we're going to see quite an explosion, I think, over the next 2 to 3 years, where lots of businesses will be driving to get their emissions much lower, the CO2 emissions, and also to make sure that they comply with the regulations in certain cities. It's been really busy for us actually today. We've seen an awful lot of footfall on the stand. Had a reveal of these vehicles this morning, which obviously drew a lot of people in. But our product is such that we've got a lot of interest in it. So I'm sure other people were here visiting other stands initially, but they've spent quite some time with us. So it's been really busy.
Well, this is the first morning of the show, so it's a slow start initially, but as the day progressed we've started to see a lot of people on the stand, a lot of English customers today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is really when the Irish customers come along, so we'll see how that goes for now. I'm sure tonight will be a few drinks and whatever downtown. Well, we're across the range itself. We start with the actual trailer unit that we have here. We have the new SLXI with the new NRMM engine, which meets up with the new legislation, and there's new restrictions on that. But the very good thing about that is we have met the legislation now, but the advantages are on fuel consumption, that we've a dramatic improvement on fuel consumption. So that's one of the first things on the trailer. We're also exhibiting on the stand for the trailer side. We have our solar panel for the tractor units that we're demonstrating down beside. We also have a monitor to display our connectivity on our tracking and stuff like that. And of course, the real flavour of the month at the moment, is electrification. And we have our new V-Range E200 here on the stand. So that's a big promotion for us currently at the moment, you know.
Our stand's focus is to look at the city of the future. The theme is Thermotopia, and it means that Thermo King are ready for what's coming in the future with, as Fred says, electrification, with being able to track, with environmental issues about noise and fuel. Thermo King are there.
It's about our membership, you know, it's about the people that we represent, it's about the hauliers. You know, I think there is this misconception it's the big transport companies in the UK that really drive the market. 85% of hauliers in the UK are SME. So, you know, I guess what we really want to get over today is we're here to help, we're here to lobby, campaign and be the voice of the industry, but we're here for the smaller operators. You know, and there are many smaller operators that really need our support. And I think what's also interesting at the moment is we've got lots of financial challenges, lots of financial headwinds. We need to be there for those smaller members through these more difficult times. So, you know, we really want to try and get that message across, I guess, through the CV show this week. So I think, you know, in terms of all the issues that we're facing, probably the two biggest are, you know, the driver shortage still, but then clean air and devolution, and the fact that we have, you know, cities, towns actually making up and deciding, you know, what their clean air zone looks like and how it's going to be implemented, how it's going to be charged. It's creating chaos across our industry. And if we go back to one of the things that I said earlier, which is this is an industry that's really challenged financially. That, you know, if you're going to charge a haulier £50 a day to go into, you know, a city or a town, when that haulier only maybe makes on that vehicle £60 profit per trip per week, this is going to put hauliers out of business, or hauliers will not go to those towns and cities to deliver. So we've really got to try and get that message across to government and to the local towns and cities around the UK. But this is an ever-growing and bigger issue that our industry is facing right now.
For more information, visit exportandfreight.com, follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook.